Are you fed up by the fairy tales of your childhood telling you girls aren't good enough? Maybe you'd like some real economic solutions for those poor weavers and tinkers. Are you feeling depressed by those situations of neglected and abused fairy tale creatures? Well, you are in luck. Politically Correct Bedtime Stories by James Finn Garner are the fairy tales you wish you heard as a child. Mr. Garner has rewritten the classic fairy tales to better suit our modern world. Women are their own heroes, creatures are respected, and economically disadvantaged people are given real opportunities for better, fairer futures. 13 stories will correct any ills you might have perceived in the original. But you don't really understand the glory of these stories and the dry wit found in them until you hear a bit. So here is a taste of the Frog Prince. Once there was a young princess who, when she grew tired of beating her head against the male power structure at her castle, would relax by walking into the woods and sitting beside a small pond. There she would amuse herself by tossing her favorite golden ball up and down and pondering the role of the ecofeminist warrior in her era. One day, while she was envisioning the utopia that her queendom would become if women were in positions of power, she dropped the ball, which rolled into the pond. The pond was so deep and murky that she couldn't see where it had gone. She didn't cry, of course, but she made a mental note to be more careful next time. Suddenly, she heard a voice say, "I can get your ball for you, princess." She looked around and saw the head of a frog popping above the surface of the pond. No, she said. "I would never enslave a member of another species to work for my selfish desires." The frog said, "Well, what if we make a deal on a contingency basis? I'll get your ball for you if you do me a favor in return." The princess gladly agreed to this most equitable arrangement. The frog dived under the water and soon emerged with the golden ball in his mouth. He spit the ball on the shore and said, "Now that I've done you a favor, I'd like to explore your views on physical attraction between species." The princess couldn't imagine what the frog was talking about. The frog continued, "You see, I'm not really a frog at all. I'm really a man. But an evil sorcerer has cast a spell on me. While my frog form is no better or worse, only different from my human form, I would so much like to be among people again. And the only thing that can break this spell is a kiss from the princess." The princess thought for a moment about whether sexual harassment could take place between species, but her heart went out to the frog for his predicament. She bent down and kissed the frog upon the forehead. Instantly, the frog grew and changed, and there, standing in the water where the frog had been, was a man in a golf shirt and loud plaid pants, middle-aged, vertically challenged, and losing a bit of hair on the top. The princess was taken aback. "I'm sorry if this sounds a little classist, but what I mean to say is, don't sorcerers usually cast their spells on princes?" "Ordinarily, yes," he said. "But this time the target was just an innocent businessman. You see, I'm a real estate developer, and the sorcerer thought I was cheating him on a property line dispute. So he invited me out for a round of golf, and just as I was about to tee off, he transformed me. But my time as frog wasn't wasted, you know. I've got to know every square inch of these woods, and I think it would be ideal for a park condo resort complex. The location's great, and the numbers crunch perfectly. The bank wouldn't lend any money to a frog, of course, but now that I'm in human form again, they'll be eating out of my hand. Oh, will that be sweet? And just let me tell you, this is going to be a big project. Just imagine, we'll drain the pond, cut down about 80% of the trees, get easements for..." The frog developer was cut short when the princess shoved her golden ball back into his mouth. She then pushed him under the water and held him there until he stopped thrashing. As she walked back to the castle, she marveled at the number of good deeds that a person could do in just one morning. And while someone might have noticed that the frog was gone, no one ever missed the real estate developer. If you enjoyed that story, be sure to read the rest of Mr. Garner's collection. In the comments below, I'd love to hear how you'd fix your favorite fairy tale to better fit our modern world. Thanks for watching Bitches with Books, and I hope you subscribe. Next month in October, we're doing all nonfiction. So thanks for watching.